Your mind is extremely powerful. It has the ability to heal you, to change your circumstances, and to give you a better perspective in life from multiple angles. So, why wouldn't you want to change your mindset? Are you ready to change your story? Chances are you're stuck in an endless loop of a story that no longer serves you. It's time to embrace the new love story of you. I'm a mother and an entrepreneur. There's a chance that you are too. If you're ready to go on this journey of elevation with me while embracing the love story of you, your goals, doubts, fears, and desires, well, I'm here for it. Go grab your tea, your wine, your water, or whatever. Now it's time for you to be confidence on stilettos. Hey, Boss Beauties, it's your host, Laketta, and I am so happy to be here with you right now. I am just so happy to be here. Talking about on this episode, improving your mindset, how to get the best out of life. You know, on this channel, as always, we help you create goals, crush them, and look them while doing it, all while leveraging the love story between your goals, fears, doubts, and desires to elevate your lifestyle. So yes, honey, why wouldn't you want to improve your mindset? Whoo, child. As always, I like to let you guys know that I'm going to try and make this one very short and sweet, but who knows where this may go, okay? So yes, I remember hearing a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I don't know if that was that on Lean on Me when I was younger? Girl, I don't know. But I remember hearing a mind is a terrible thing to waste when I was younger. And I had no clue at the time what that truly meant. I just really honestly assumed it meant don't do drugs. That's basically what I just remember it meaning for me at a very young age. Because I mean, truthfully, you can only think in seasons of your life as far as your environment, of the environment, I would say, that you have been planted in. So yes, as a child, I had not yet learned how to think beyond the circumstances that I was I was planted in. You know, when you're a kid and you're a minor, you don't have really much any say so over, the living arrangements. You're just living with your parents, and you're just trusting your parents. And sometimes we don't even know as kids. I can tell you this. I grew up, I'm going to say, poor now that I look at it. And at the time, I didn't even know I was poor. Growing up, if people ask me about my childhood growing up, if I can go back into my child mindset during those times, I didn't think that we were poor. And I mean, like, financially, because I just firmly believe the reason why a lot of kids who are in poor financial circumstances, growing up, don't feel poor is because they're rich in other areas, such as love, from their family, and just the abundance of joy and happiness that they feel, you know. But financially speaking, yeah, girl, we was poor. Like, girl, we was poor. So now, as a child, like I said, I hadn't learned how to really think beyond the financial circumstances, or even the environment. Um, we didn't live in the best of neighborhoods, but hey, you couldn't tell me that we didn't live in the best of neighborhoods, because that was the only thing that I was introduced to. So that's as far as I could think as a child. Now, going back to the mind is a terrible thing to waste, colloquial. Now, as an adult, that has truly experienced. many seasons of life. I fully get it now. Okay, I fully understand a mind is a terrible thing to waste because, yes, honey, it truly is. And just going through my different seasons, while I'm becoming to become, child, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm not going to say that um, I was wasting my mind, but I was wasting my mind in a sense, if you understand, you know, spending time fighting very trivial, like stupid stuff, like just stuff that don't even freaking matter. Like you just create your own storms when it doesn't have to be. So anyway, child, don't get me started, okay? Don't start. Keep me on topic today because we probably already about 5 minutes in this thing, and I was about to go on a rant. I had to see. I stopped myself. So here's the thing: we all are mentally strong, and we can definitely let our minds work for us. However, we must first want a different outcome than what we're currently experiencing. We always say, you know, what we want to do, how we gonna do this, that, and the other. But and that's great. You're supposed to set that intention. But I think the issue comes in when you're stating what you about to do, how you gonna do, how you want to live, and all this other stuff, but you're not changing the mindset. It's not evolving along with what your intentions are. So therefore, you keep having the same results, and then that's when you're getting frustrated. That's when you're getting start doubting yourself. That's when you start getting fearful, like, okay, everybody else is moving, but I'm not moving. But see, what we see a lot of times is that, yes, it does appear that everybody is moving and people are moving. They are elevating in different seasons of their life. But the part that we don't get to see of them in private is what they're doing when they're setting their intentions, how they're doing the work to change their mindset, how they're thinking beyond of how they used to think. Like they're adapting to a new level of frequency within their mind. So therefore, they're believing in what they're saying. They're praying about it, and it's manifesting in their lives because they are truly doing the work to change their lives or their mindset. So, improvement of your mind can be done little, like in little spurts at a time. I'm not saying for you to, stop what you're doing today and just start doing all of this stuff. No, just with everything, you have to make gradual improvements, that way, because you're going to be adapting. You're adapting to a new lifestyle in a way. It's going to become your new normal. So for me, I always do self-assessments where I just get brutally honest with myself. And I just remember it was a point in time before I started really, excuse me, thinking about, you know, my mindset. Like before it even dawned on me, like my mindset is not improving, but I have all of these goals that I'm not achieving, and I'm not achieving them because I'm not changing my mindset. And along with not changing my mindset, I'm not changing my habits, because here's the thing is when you start improving on your mindset, you start, letting go of some of those old habits that you had and start adapting new habits that's more cohesive with your current life, your future lifestyle. So that's one thing about me that I can say is that I do a lot of self-assessments over like a certain period of time. So like every 30 days I do a check-in with myself. And then quarterly I'm doing a check-in with myself where I'm just like really getting brutally honest about, how I am coming along in business and in my personal life, like as a parent, you know, as a friend, as, someone that's, in, a relationship. Like how am I like evolving in every area of my life? How am I evolving with my self-care journey? How am I evolving with getting to know God better? Like, how am I evolving? Am I improving upon what's really going on? And so, like I said, when this transition first started happening for me, um, I just remember just not being happy with the level I was living, even how I was executing my day-to-day activities. So like nothing seemed to just be changing for me at all. Other than, of course, the date on the calendar and the time on the damn clock. Okay. Once I did acknowledge that, hey, I'm just stuck in an old mindset. This is something's going on within my mind that I'm just stuck. And the reason why I knew I was stuck is because, yes, I had the goals, right? But one thing I noticed about me is that my habits hadn't changed, right? My habits hadn't changed. And the reason why my habits hadn't changed, because yes, I have the goals on the paper. I didn't have a strategy of how I was going to execute them. And I definitely didn't have any habits that was promoting the level of change that I wanted to see. So like every day I would, do the bare minimum. When I say the bare minimum, girl, I mean the bare minimum. Okay. Like the bare minimum. And then I'd be like, oh girl, what is on Netflix? Dang, what I need to be watching. But the funny thing with me, because as you all know, I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ. I knew like you can just feel a tug in your spirit that, hey, something ain't right. Like I want all of this stuff to be going on in my life, but something is not, I'm not moving. Something's not clicking. So when I started feeling those feelings, I think what tended to happen for me is that I just started losing my interest in Netflix and what was going on Netflix and what was going in on different little other streaming device. Like I just started not giving a damn about any of that. And like the thirst that I had was to find out how to move my business forward, how to change my circumstances, how to change my lifestyle, how to change my love life, how to change all of that. Because all of it sucked. Okay? It just sucked. Like I was attracting the same type of dude. It was just a different face. Again, nothing was changing. Nothing was changing but faces, the date on the calendar, and the time on the clock. Everything else was like stuck in a time capsule that was just floating. That was it. So yes, when I acknowledged that I was stuck in this old mindset, yep, it was time for me to figure out how to elevate my mindset. So I started studying and implementing what I was learning through different books, through different YouTube videos. Like I was just trying my best to be better, in every aspect of my life, to become a better version of who I was the previous day, the previous minute ago, the previous 5 minutes ago. Like I was always, and I am always trying to be a better version of myself than I was the previous day. So one of the things that I figured out is that I needed to set intentions, right? So when I figured out that intention, auto suggestion, along with faith could change the programming of my subconscious mind, that was a game changer for me. Like that changed the entire game for me, honey. Let me tell you, I did. So here's what I want to say to you. So, sis, you say you want a better life, right? A better relationship, to be financially abundant, to experience life through a brighter lens, then why not? Why not improve on your mindset? It always starts in the mind. Then everything else is going to follow. And you'll start feeling the change and seeing the change. So now with that being said, here we go. We're going to get into these tips. Because you know I'm going to leave you with some tips, okay? So here is how you can begin to change, or I'm not going to say change, but improve your mindset. Is one, set the intention that you're ready for change. Now, this is where you're telling yourself what you would like to accomplish. Once you set that intention with yourself, then now your spirit, the universe, God, whoever it is that you believe in, it's going to start giving you some answers of how to get that accomplished. Whether it's bringing different resources in your arena. When I say different resources could be, you set this intention, then boom, you turn on YouTube and you're searching YouTube, and then damn, here's a video about what I'm trying to do. Boom. Or you could be, um, walking into, like, I'm a firm believer, and not even a firm believer, I am a doer of going to different bookstores. Like, I love books. I've always loved books as a child, and I gotta give that intention that my aunt Tanya, I think, set in all of us, all of her nieces, her nephews, and her kids, was that we should read. That's our superpower. Our superpower is that we can read and we can experience life through books. I'll always give her that credit, because I think for me as a child, that's that's a lot where it started, where I became just like enthralled with books and stories, and how stories are formulated, how the characters develop, and all of that stuff. And that has helped me out tremendously in life. I've been able to experience like life through books. And so I just remember going to, like, my aunt's house, and she just had books. Okay. Granted, most of her books wasn't for kids. Okay. But she knew which ones to tell us to read. So we would read those. We would read those particular books that she gave us approval to read. And yeah, so shout out to my aunt Tanya for that. Like, that was just like everything. But yeah, going back to this tip number one, you want to set the intention, and then let God, let the universe, let your faith lead you to the resource that's going to help you, or the resources that will help you, get that goal accomplished. Two, baby girl, it's time to start purging. So when I say purging, that means getting rid of the old so the new can flow in. So mentally purging. So that comes in with, just dumping out, doing a brain dump of all of the garbage that's going on in your head. And the way that you find out if it's garbage or not is by brain dumping. So that means sitting quietly on pen and paper, and then whatever is in your brain, whatever comes up in your thoughts, just write it down. Write down things that you feel like, hey, this is what I need to do. Whether it's to clean your house, whether it's to clean your closet, whether, I don't care what it is. If it pops up in your mind, write it down. If it's to stop talking to somebody, write it down. If it's XYZ, just write it on paper. And then later, once you finish your brain dumping, then you can go back and look at everything that's on a tangible piece of paper and say, okay, this is how I'm going to organize this. This is how I'm going to prioritize what I need to do and what I need to purge from me. So you want to mentally purge. You want to purge all of your clothing. Go in your closet. Anything that you know you have not worn 6 months to a year, girl, get rid of it. It's no longer even speaking to you at that point. Okay. If you are not navigating towards that particular item in your closet within 6 months to a year, you have outgrown it. And that's fine. You outgrow people, you outgrow clothes. They just don't speak to who you're becoming anymore. So yeah. Then for me, when I was going through my purging, I purged items. So after my divorce, I didn't want to have anything in my house that, he and I had together, because I do firmly believe that things and, furniture and all of that stuff holds energy. So it was a lot of negativity being spoken, or a lot of negative energy. So I purged a lot, and I got rid of like my bed that we had, and I got me a new bed. I even painted my walls a different color. Like, my goal was for everything to look different, because I'm in a different season of my life. I'm in a more calm, relaxed, happy, joyful, unexplainable joy period of my life. And it's going to be doing nothing but elevating from here. So I would say take the time to purge, whatever that means for you. 3, set your vibe. When I say set your vibe, I mean your house, wherever wherever you feel that you're lacking, because God did not give us a spirit of lack. Okay. You don't lack anything, but sometimes, in our homes, we may feel like this doesn't speak to me. This doesn't make me feel good. The colors in here don't make me feel good. The lighting is off. Start figuring out what your vibe is and set it. Like for me, I'm like in my season where I'm just redecorating my house. I want my house to be very like glam, but glam on a budget, girl, glam on a budget. So I am like switching up a lot of things in my home, and it's because I'm in a different season of my life, and I'm just happy. And so therefore my home needs to be a reflection of that. So set your vibe. I don't care if it's, you buying candles, burning candles, or setting the vibe with your favorite type of music, relaxation music. I don't care what that is, but find out what your vibe is and set that vibe, babe. Number 4, affirmations. You can't go wrong with the I am statements. Start becoming, start speaking what you want to become. Life and death lies in the power of your tongue. So speak life over your life. 5, you already know this was going to happen. Journal. Go ahead, get out your journals and write your way through. Write your way through. Write your way through into improving your mindset. And number 6, push out the negative thoughts. We all have negative thoughts, and sometimes what holds us in a certain season of our life is the negative thoughts, because those are overtaking us more than positive ones. So some of the ways that you can push out negative thoughts, like You stop it at the doorway. You already can feel it coming up. So as soon as it thinks it's finna speak, like for me, I make a sound. I don't care if I say or if I snap my fingers, it just leaves. It just leaves. So you got to figure out what is that trigger for you that's going to make your negative thought dissipate. And then replace it with positive ones. Girl, it's so much out here on YouTube, on Google, on IG, which I know sometimes I don't like to tell people to go on social media because social media is just draining sometimes. But if social media is becoming draining for you, even there, do a purge. Go through the accounts that's draining you. Start unfollowing some accounts that's coming across as lackluster and not empowering for you in the season of your life. But I just wanted to come on real quick and just encourage you to improve your mindset. That way you can get to the life that you desire and that you deserve. And of course, I wanted to give you guys some tips. So with that being said, yeah, that was all I have for you. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow me on the social media. On IG, it is at confidence_on_stilettos. On Facebook, I'm Confidence on Stilettos. And on YouTube, I'm Confidence on Stilettos with Laketta. And also, if you haven't done so, if you haven't gotten your Confidence on Stilettos worksheets or your apparel, we have the t-shirts, we have the coffee mugs now, please feel free to stop by the website and the shop and visit the shop and get your merchandise. That can be done at www.confidenceonstilettos.com. Go ahead, check out the blog, baby. I got some blogs out there for you. So if you haven't had a chance and you got some free time that you want to do some reading, honey, your girl got some blogs out there for you, okay? So with that being said and done, I would love to encourage you guys to take some of these tips and implement them in your lives starting today, right now. But until next time, do not forget to aspire to inspire someone, and we're going to chat it up later. All right now, y'all enjoy y'all day.